Hey everyone, Dame Chair from the StarCraft 2 guidance site, bringing you a little video about unit combinations and formations for the Terran race for StarCraft 2. So yes, we'll just go through a few basic combinations, how they should be formed up and all that, and yeah, we'll start with the good old classic triple M combinations. So that's Marines, Marauders, and of course good old fashioned medevac. So yeah, basically it's a, well, basically you normally see that in bio builds, and these guys are actually meant to be, there we go, part of a different thing, but anyway, which I'll show you later. But yeah, basically pretty mobile force, and pretty versatile, especially once they get the upgrades for the Marines, Stimpack, and the combat shields, as well as the concussive shells upgrade for Marauders. Load them up.
Now what?
Drop them off, easy, wherever they need to go, and yeah, you just have to watch out for units with area of effect damage, such as the Colossi and the High Templar. So once they come in, and of course you want to start deploying units such as Ghosts for High Templar, and Vikings for dealing with Colossi. In general though, bio builds, as in Marine, Marauder, Medevac, that sort of stuff, those sorts of combinations are pretty good early on in the game. Later in the game though, you'll want to combine that with some mechanized forces, which brings us to our next basic unit combination, the good old bio tank combination. So basically it's Marines, Marauders, and siege tanks. You could also have medevacs for healing up infantry, and you might even have the occasional SCV to lay down a couple of missile turrets, such as this, like a little fella right there for anti-air and for detecting invisible units. So of course you could have a few supporting units such as Vikings and Ghosts as well, but yeah, generally this is the sort of build you would commonly see. Tanks being used as a bit of a siege unit, with the infantry basically acting as a screen, so you want to keep them in between the tanks and your enemy, essentially. And the third most seen combination would be when you go for the mechanical build. So yeah, basically it's the Siege Tank 4 and Hellion combo. So yes, you use Siege Tanks sort of as your main battle, as a main battle tank, although unlike real main battle tanks, these guys for some reason don't have machine guns, which is rather bizarre, but anyway. And yeah, you of course got Hellions for fast maneuvers, and you got the 4 for handling anti-air. Usually though, you'll want to mix in a few Marines and possibly a few Marauders as well, as this sort of force is usually pretty slow, with the exception of the Hellions of course. And finally, let's have a look, there we go, we'll just get to that. Okay, finally we've got the option of yeah, just going for mostly air army, which is something I don't see too often. It's very tricky to pull off. Normally you'll only see this in more beginner games. Yeah, it can certainly be pretty fun to try out though. So yeah, going with heavy air units, so yeah, you'd want to be focusing mostly on Banshees for anti-ground use, Vikings for the anti-air, well, anti-air use, and also for, I suppose, landing occasionally and shooting the crap out of whatever they need to shoot. Also, of course, you'd want to accompany them with the Raven for the point defense drone, and yeah, the machine gun turret, the auto turret, actually. Later on, I suppose you can also get the Seeker missile, but yeah, generally you want to be using them for the point defense drones, at the very least, to stop your fragile air units from getting too much fire on them. And yeah, much later in the game you'd want to use things like battle cruisers for a bit of fast support, and yeah, the amateur cannon will allow them to shoot anti-air units and anti-air structures from beyond their normal range, so not too shabby indeed. But yeah, usually there'll be like an air heavy strategy will be accompanied with various light units, infantry units basically, such as Marines, occasional Marauders, and a few Hellions as well, usually because you'll have quite a few minerals to spare after building so many gas-intensive air units. So there you go. So yeah, generally, of course, once again, you'd want to keep your infantry units ahead of your air units. Use them as a bit more of a damage soaker, as a twin, yeah, for holding more conventional positions, that sort of stuff. And yeah, there you go. So that's the general unit combinations that you'll see in the game, and yeah, as the Terrans, that is. And yeah, of course there's a few more specialised ones, but yeah, these are the most basic ones that you'll see. So there you go. So until next time, this has been Dame Dudovich signing off.